I'm an IT professional with about 30 years of work experience in Thailand for over 9 years now. And I head a global fintech product company based in India, and I'm based out of Bangkok, Thailand. That's actually a very tricky question. I have been overweight, actually obese for a lifetime. But I have had a very active lifestyle, so it has not hindered me in any way. But yes, it's like like thorn in the flesh, an irritant and a bother. I know it is there, and I had to do something about it, but never got to do anything about it. I could actually share a huge list. The inability to buy clothes off the shelf, even if I like what I see in a store. Not participating in sport activities like swimming, because you would have to expose yourself in front of a huge crowd. So there were some of the hindrances that I had, and coming from a traditional Indian family, there were several events where you had to kind of sit on the floor and have your meals with the rest of the people. All those was a total put off because you could not participate as you would have to do otherwise, like a normal slim person would otherwise do. So there were some of the social stigmas that are associated with overweight, and I think that are some of the challenges that I faced along with all these overweight issues. I did not, and I would say that it is a twist of fate. I did not know of Freedom from Diabetes. I did not know of Dr. Tripathi. I did not even know that such a program existed both for diabetics and non-diabetics. I have been very particular about my health and my annual checkups, and I have been very fortunate that I have evaded diabetes, hypertension, heart and liver diseases, kidneys. They're all perfect. I have, despite my being overweight, I have never had health issues. I rarely get a cold also, for that matter. All parameters were perfect. Except that I am morbidly obese. I was morbidly obese. But as age was creeping up, I knew that I was on a collision course with bad health. It was just a matter of time that it would catch up with me. And I kept on pushing the subject away. But the problem does not go away just before you ignore it. It does not go away. So sometime in February of 2021, my classmate from school in Delhi, Jyoti, asked me if I have heard of FFD and Dr. Tripathi, and I had not. And she was planning to join batch 68 and wanted some information. I offered to research, some details for her, and I said that, look, I'll find out whether this is a good program or not a good program, and then I'll come back to you. And as part of my research, she had actually shared a video clipping of Dr. B.M. Hegde. And in this video, Dr. Hegde spoke of a Pune-based Dr. Tripathi who was reversing diabetes, and thousands of people were getting reversed from their diabetic situations. So my initial research was not for me at all. It was for a friend of mine who wanted to join the batch and wanted more information. And that is how this twist of fate started my journey towards FFD. Actually, I thought that, I have nothing to lose except maybe a few kilograms from here and there. So my friend Jyoti also informed me that while the program was called Freedom from Diabetes, there is also a weight loss program that one can join as a non-diabetic. And that was my first turning point. And I said, look, if she can join the program, so can I. And I have nothing to lose. So maybe a few months of efforts and some money. But then if it is beneficial, it is beneficial in the long run. So I decided to sign up for the initial program and discovered that another classmate of ours, Meera, was also joining batch 68. And that was actually like a turning point for me. The three of us decided that we will take this journey together and transform ourselves to good health. So it was, I think, the camaraderie of three people coming together to make a change for themselves. That is what was the turning point. And once I attended the initial overview session, I knew that this was going to be a different journey and a different experience. I have done several yo-yo diets, and I have, spent tons of money in buying protein shakes and trying that transformation routine by myself. But I have always been skeptical about such a thing, and I knew that I would fail. But this, after the first session itself, I knew was going to be a successful program for me, and that determination and grit that I saw on day one is what is keeping me active and participative even after just a little over 3 months now. A good question. So while I can say that it has been a journey for me and for myself and a change that I will realize in me, this is never a journey that you can do alone. So, and I think it's a matter of realization, an awakening, a call to make that change. From accepting, smoothies as a part of the daily routine, change in the cooking ingredients, for example, switching over to emmer wheat or khapli wheat are all a matter of discipline. You can say that I'll ignore this one matter and nothing is going to happen to me, but it's a matter of discipline. It is conditioning oneself towards that change. So one can cheat as no one is looking or nobody knows as to what is happening. But who is the loser? So once that realization sets in, the program is very easy to follow. The diet, the exercise, the holistic inner transformation gives a complete routine for that change. My wife Vandana, she has been of great support, because adapting to the dietary changes needs a family system to be supportive. My daughter Nilima would ensure that I do all my exercises. I go for my run, or I go for my walk, or I climb stairs. My mother is 92, absolutely active, without any issues of health at all, and free from any illnesses. Thank God she was happy that she could see the change in me. And today it is a complete family structure of my supportive friends from FFD, of all the participants there who encourage each other and motivate each other towards this journey. Jyoti and Meera especially, we have a separate subgroup of ourselves, and we kind of constantly motivate each other that this is a battle that ultimately we are going to be winning. Today you might lose or you might not lose, or you may win or you may not win, but then 12 months down the line, we are going to be the ultimate beneficiaries and winners of this battle against ill health and obesity. Well, I'll answer the easy part one. I enjoy whatever I do today. Whatever changes that I have had to bring into my lifestyle. Old habits die hard. Habits of 50 years have to change at some point in time if you want to make your life better. So when I joined FFD, it was, I think, mid-March, or the 14th or the 15th of March is when I started the batch. Although I must admit that it was a week later that I actually started my diet plan. So while the batch had started, I was a week late because we had a lockdown and we could not go for the regular vegetables and groceries. So I had to start a week late. So assume that it was the 20th of March when I began my journey at 111 kilograms, 111. This morning, and today is what, the 19th of June, I am 92.2 kilograms. So in a way, I have lost over 18 plus kilograms in this journey from 22nd of March till 19th of June. And life is all about the changes that one makes. I'm a connoisseur of good food. I'm a born Tamilian, but grew up and brought up in New Delhi. New Delhi is the mecca of street food. From chaats to chole bhature to gajar ka halwa. I love all of those things. I still love it, but today I have the grit, the determination to say no to it and to avoid it. I love cooking. I'm a passionate cook. I remain all the same, but have the power to say no. So now for over 3 months, I have had no junk food at all. No chips, no cookies, no popcorn, no chaat, no golgappa, nothing. And being a South Indian for over 3 decades, my day has started with pure homemade filter coffee, and I have given up that totally. On one day I just woke up and said that from 22nd of March, no more coffee, no more tea, no more yogurt, no more curd. It's all off the chart, at least for now. I want to condition myself to good health, and then I'll decide whether I want to include coffee back or include yogurt back. But that's a different subject altogether. So I have no regrets in giving it up, and I think that is half the battle won. I joined the FFD with a singular focus, and that singular focus was to gain good health. Giving up on old habits was the least of my concerns. I've done it for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. I don't have to continue that for a lifetime if I have to survive a lifetime. So my gain is actually far too valuable as against the changes. I enjoy all that I have acquired in this new lifestyle, whether it is eating vegetables or having a meal of a few nuts. It's a perfect lifestyle. I just love it. I would not exchange this for anything in the short term or in the near term. I'm actually a little confused with that, probably because I do a lot of research and I do a lot of reading, and purely going by what the weighing scale says versus BMI versus weight. My app on my weighing scale says that I must weigh a little less than 68, a little less than 70 kilos to be precise. But I have been told that that is not healthy for me, and I must remain in a 80 kilo bracket. At this point of time, I have targeted to be about 75 kilos, so that's about 15 more kilos to go. Let me see where I feel healthy. I will stop. At least when it comes to my shape and weight, I will stop when I feel healthy. As long as I don't feel weary about doing all of these activities, I think I'll give it about 15 more kilos before I give it a stop. I would call FFD as magical and Dr. Tripathi as a savior. That's all I can say, because there are things that you cannot believe in, and that is what is magic. It feels like a slay of hand, or it feels like somebody is doing something that you cannot describe. And to me, FFD is magical. What doctors and scientists and large companies have been trying to fix for several decades with a cure and with medication, Dr. Tripathi and team and FFD is actually reversing it with tricks that by yourself. There is no additional medication that one requires to be on the path of a cure and good health. So magic for FFD and savior for Dr. Tripathi. Colorful, exhilarating. No, thank you. Manageable. Past life. Miracle again. My savior.